This is Mr. V. Welcome to this video on surveys and offsets. Here we have a set of field notes that a surveyor has taken, and we can very clearly see our main line A to B, and we can very clearly see that our surveyor has taken some measurements. Now, if it's clear or we're told that these measurements are perpendicular to the main survey line, we call these distances offsets. And these are quite easy to draw. Now, starting with our scale, the very first thing we're going to do is draw our main survey line. And we can see that our main survey line goes from 0 to 80. So I'm going to draw my main survey line to be 8 centimeters long. And I've already done that over here. Now what we're going to do is for each of these individual measurements, we're going to measure along our survey line and then measure out to that point. So let's do that. 20 meters is going to be 2 centimeters on my scale drawing. So that's this far down my survey line. And while he was here, our surveyor took a measurement and noticed that 10 meters away we have a corner of this building, and the other corner is 16 meters away. So, using my ruler, 10 meters of course is 1 centimeter, should be there, and then 16 centimeters is 1.6 centimeters, which is over here. So those are the two corners of this shed. Then moving along, 30 meters or 3 centimeters down my survey line, we found that there was a tree 18 meters to the right. And again, I will use my ruler, and I'll measure that tree to be 1.8 centimeters away. So there is a tree. Then 40 meters down the track are the other two edges of the shed or building or whatever it might be. And they were the same measurements, so 10 meters and 16 meters. And I can now go ahead and connect the dots to actually draw that shed. And you'll notice that the shape of this shed is a little bit different on our map than it was on our notes. And that's because this is just a dodgy sketch. This is accurate. So the size of this shed is accurate. Lastly, we had well, not lastly, but our second last point was 60 meters down the track. And we have another building off to the right this time at 12 and 36 meters. 12 and 36 are 1.2 and 3.6 centimeters using the scale given on this map. And then the last measurements were right at the end of the survey line. So right at point B when we finished, and again 1.2 and 3.6. And I'll connect those up as well. All right, and looks like this might be a house and this might be a shed. And obviously in real life there probably isn't an actual line on the ground, so you would ignore that. And then the rest of the land, you can see we've got a building here, we've got a building, and then there's the tree over here. And that is how we draw a scale diagram using offsets.